If you're into podcasts, you should check out our podcast, Criminally Listed Presents Into the Killing. It's about cold cases that were eventually solved. New episodes are released every other week. It's available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and anywhere you find your favorite podcasts. Some phenomena that surround twins are hard to explain. One is when twins know what the other one is going through. In other words, telepathic communication. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines telepathy as communication from one mind to another by extrasensory means. Many believe that twins can sense or feel what the other one is going through. However, while there has been research into this field, there is no definitive scientific proof that twins have a telepathic connection. Is it possible that these feelings are real cases of telepathy? Or is it more likely that these twins are very in tune with each other and intuit how the other is feeling? Or could they be coincidences? The three sets of twins we'll discuss in this video believe that they have telepathic relationships with their twin siblings. Do you believe them? Number 3. Robin and Maurice Gibb. The first set of twins is incredibly famous, and many would believe that they are so in sync that they make perfect harmonies together. They are Robin and Maurice Gibb, two of the three members of the band the Bee Gees. They were in the band with their older brother, Barry, and they released songs that included How Can You Mend a Broken Heart and To Love Somebody. However, their biggest album is arguably Saturday Night Fever, which was released in 1977 and was the soundtrack to the film of the same name starring John Travolta. The Bee Gees were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1997. Obviously, Robin and Maurice were connected through music, but they were also connected through their twin power. During one major event, one of the biggest events of a person's life, the two shared an intense connection. This is when 53-year-old Maurice was having an operation to remove an intestinal blockage. During the operation, he had a heart attack. Even though Maurice was in Miami and Robin was in London, Robin reported that he had stomach pain himself at the same time that Maurice was in pain. It was like he could feel what Maurice was feeling, and he shared his pain at that moment. Robin said that previously he had never had stomach pain similar to what he felt that day. When the family received word that Maurice's life was in the balance, Robin hopped on a flight from London to Miami to be there for him. Even though Maurice was in critical condition, he held on until Robin arrived. Robin's flight was even an hour late leaving the United Kingdom, yet Maurice waited. So when Maurice passed away, he had his twin next to him. The family believes that Maurice was waiting for Robin to get there. While this situation is incredibly sad, it may have saved Robin's life. When Robin was 60 years old, he was having stomach pain, and he was encouraged by his wife to get it checked out immediately. When he did, the doctors wanted to send him home, but his wife insisted that they investigate further. She was worried that Robin would endure the same fate as his twin brother. It's lucky that she insisted, because it turned out that he had the same intestinal blockage that Maurice had when he had his operation, but because they caught it sooner, Robin was able to survive. So it looks like Maurice's experience gave Robin some extra time. Robin Gibb ultimately died in 2012 at the age of 62. Number 2. Leanne and Gemma Houghton. Gemma and Leanne Houghton were only 15 when their twin telepathy saved the day. One day, Leanne was taking a bath, and Gemma had a feeling that she wanted to check on Leanne. Nothing but a feeling made her see if anything was going on with her sister. Luckily, she followed through with that gut instinct, because when Leanne found her sister, she was underwater. She wasn't sure at first if she was underwater for a reason, like washing her hair or even playing around with her sister by hiding underwater. But it soon became evident that something was seriously wrong. When Gemma pulled Leanne's head out of the water, her skin was blue. Gemma leaped into action and called 999. For all our non-United Kingdom viewers, 999 is what they use instead of 911. While she waited for help to arrive, Gemma performed CPR on her sister and revived her. Gemma's actions saved her twin sister's life. The paramedics confirmed that Leanne would have died if not for Gemma's actions. How this happened is, of course, a mystery. It turns out that Leanne had epilepsy and had an epileptic seizure in the tub. Leanne has described how it feels when she has a seizure, and she said she often feels dizzy. So Gemma has wondered if perhaps she was responding to that feeling when she felt the urge to go and check on her. Number 1. LaVona and LaVelda, Rowe, Richmond. LaVona and LaVelda, Rowe, or LaVona and LaVelda, Rowe, Richmond, because their married names are the same too, because, yes, they married twin brothers, were born in 1933. The twins they married are Arthur Richmond, who married LaVelda, and his brother, Alwyn Richmond, who married LaVona. So, they're really into the twin thing, but they have good reason to be. LaVona and LaVelda are identical mirror image twins. They have the exact same medical history. They've had the same illnesses and operations. They each have a weak eye, but it's the opposite eye from each other, and they have identical cavities, but they have them on the opposite sides of their mouths. They were so in sync with their health that if one got sick, the other would go get checked out just in case. This set of twins is very famous and have participated in many scientific experiments. In an experiment of 300 twins, they had the most extrasensory perception, which you may know as ESP. So while it may be difficult to understand how they were able to communicate in that way, it seems that there is some scientific basis for their ability to do so. Interestingly, with ESP, it turns out that one person in the set is a receiver and the other is the sender. For the Rowe Richmond sisters, LaVona is the receiver and LaVelda is the sender. One situation that demonstrates this is when LaVelda, the sender, fell down the stairs at school. They took her to the hospital, and someone went to tell LaVona, the receiver, what happened. When they found LaVona, she was unconscious. However, another, much more major incident occurred in 1952. LaVelda, again, this is a reminder that she's the sender, was on a date with a young man. They were in his car, and LaVelda's date took an unexpected turn and started driving in the wrong direction of the place where they were supposed to have their date. LaVelda understandably became concerned. Suddenly, the car skidded off the street. LaVelda was worried about what people would say to LaVona should something happen to her. The twins believe in that moment, when LaVelda thought about how LaVona would feel, LaVona got a sense that something was wrong. LaVona told her father that LaVelda was in danger, but he didn't believe her. He suspected that LaVona may have been feeling envious or left out that LaVelda was on a date without her. However, LaVona had reason to worry, because when the car skidded off the road, it ended up almost falling into a ravine, and LaVona hit her head on the dashboard. LaVelda said in her head she saw the accident as it was happening. LaVona was rescued by a farmer who towed the car away from the edge of the ravine and back onto the road, and they dropped LaVona off at home. Seeing that LaVelda was right about LaVona being in danger, their father asked LaVelda not to talk to LaVona and to show him the location of the car accident. And yep, you guessed it, LaVelda found the location, a place she had never been to before. Their father never doubted their psychic twin abilities ever again. There is one difference, though, in their medical history. LaVelda died at age 75 in 2009, and LaVona died at 86 in 2019. However, there's so much to indicate that there was, if nothing else, an extremely strong connection between the two women, and that a slight gap in their deaths shouldn't eradicate the rest of their history. So, what do you think? Did these three sets of twins convince you of the ability of twins to communicate with their minds? Or are all these simply coincidences or the result of a strong emotional connection between close siblings? Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. If you did find it interesting, please make sure you subscribe. We'll have a new video about the paranormal every week. If you just discovered this channel, please make sure you check out our other channel, Criminally Listed. We have over 325 videos featuring bizarre but true crime stories. You can find it at youtube.com/criminallylisted. We also have a podcast about cold cases that were eventually solved called Criminally Listed Presents Into the Killing. You can find it on Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you find great podcasts. But that's all for today. Thanks again for watching.